Morning, happy Thursday. Today is Son's Day, so if you have sons, it's all about them. I have two adorable little boys, so I will definitely appreciate them a little extra today. I gave them a little bit of extra snacks for them to enjoy in the morning and throughout the day while they're at school. But yeah, Son's Day. And it's also about soldiers. Now, it's technically about GIs, which I looked up because I was like, wait, so what does GI actually, what's the abbreviation actually for? And it's really interesting. It does not stand for anything soldier related, really. Originally, I guess there was those little metal soldiers that were like toy soldiers, which it's also about toy soldiers today, ironically, and they were made out of galvanized steel, GI. And then on top of that, when you would go to a military camp or anything like that, they would stamp GI on like the trash cans and on the tents, and those were government issued. Or like your GI bill, your government issued bill. See how it works? So people would see that and they would just link it straight together and then call the soldiers GI. So it is actually Hug a GI Day. Hug a soldier. As long as you're feeling good. Do not hug them if you're feeling a little ill. We don't want to spread nothing. But, you know, they do need some love, man. Their job is scary. And man, they risk their life for us all the time. And I mean, I couldn't do it. I almost went into the military, very close. When I was in high school, I was heading that direction. I was going to go into the Naval Academy. I was going to become an officer, and yeah. And then my school was a Marine Corps ROTC, junior ROTC, and they took us to Paris Islands for a week of boot camp. Yeah, I changed my mind. I was like, never mind. I prefer to be on the private side of things. I don't want to be, yeah. I chickened out is what really happened, guys. That's what really happened. It's also Grammar Day, which I think is fully ingrained in all of us who actually paid attention in English class to, if you see or recognize a grammar mistake, to circle it or change it. Yeah, so it's especially hard for people like my uncle who can't help himself but to correct it even if it's in your speech. He's correcting me all day long about using improper grammar in my speech. I don't know if that's called something else. That's probably called something else. In fact, he's probably going to correct me on what I'm saying right now. But it's been a day since 2008, and we can thank Martha. I don't remember her last name, but Martha. It's her fault. She decided we needed a good grammar day because obviously bad grammar bothers her. Bothers a lot of people. It doesn't bother me. You can have bad grammar all day. I'll just assume you're from a different country. You know, because everyone has a different accent, so everyone speaks a little differently. If you go to Europe, they switch words around in their sentence structure. So when they speak in English, it's hard for them to not have them switched around. I mean, we sound just as silly when we go over there and try to speak. So I don't see a problem. I'm like, whatever. If I can understand what you're trying to say, we're good. We're all good. It's also it's about obesity. So it's what is it called? When you recognize or spread awareness. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say about obesity, because it's not just a thing about looks. I don't even care about the looks because, you know, there are people who are just bigger boned and naturally have more weight, but we're talking about obesity, which means that you are prone to heart disease and cancer, and there's a whole slew of horrible health issues that you get from being that much more overweight and really eating all of the wrong things, way too much fast food, which I have troubles with. I have to constantly tell myself to back off because it's so easy to get fast food in the middle of the day at lunch. So easy. Too easy, man. Way too easy. So I feel you. But yeah. And it starts also, most of the time it starts when they're kids. So, and I know there was another day where it was about childhood obesity, which is really, really wrong, because they have no chance. By the time they're an adult, their bones, their joints did not grow right. They are unable to exercise the same way if they grew up healthy. And then they have a harder time, even if they wanted to change it around, doing so, because, you know, now they have joint issues, and now they have this and that, and it is a domino effect downhill. It's also about marching bands, which I was in a marching band when I was in high school. I played the flute. I also played the saxophone in jazz bands. So yeah, that was me. And then dancing the waltz. I don't know if I'd be able to dance the waltz. Although, isn't it one of those dances that you kind of just follow your partner around? So as long as my partner knows what he's doing, I could just kind of go with the flow. It looks fun. I gotta find a place to go and do this, but I don't have any ability to do it consistently because I am busy mom and student, and I wear a lot of hats. I don't have time to add dance lessons in there. Nope, don't have time, but I would love to. So once I have time, I'm doing it. I'm dancing the waltz. Okay, and today was Inauguration Day back before 1937. Yep, 1937. So before then, today would be the day that the president takes office. They also celebrate Benjamin Harrison. Benjamin Harrison. Wow. He is one of the lesser known presidents. At least I didn't know who he was. Yeah. He was president in the late 1800s. So I think it was like in the 80s to the 90s, 1880s to the 1890s. Yeah. And that's why I don't really recognize. I'm like, wow, I thought I knew all the presidents' names. And nope, I didn't know that one. So yeah, today's a good day to get to know that one and figure out what he did in the late 1800s. I mean, that was an interesting time period. I vaguely remember it in history class, like, so long ago. Anyways, it's also Holy Experiment Day, where you can expand your horizons and learn little things about other religions, or take a stab at praying or reading the Quran or the Bible, or just not your religion, a different religion. It's just about knowing your neighbor. Not necessarily your neighbor, but they are your neighbor on earth. And they are your fellow human, and they have a slightly different view or belief, and it's nice to know, because then the mystery's gone and you can have a better understanding. So spread your wings and your understanding, and, you know, just experiment, learn a little bit. I mean, I wish it was on a Sunday or a Saturday or something like that, so you can actually, like, most churches are open for people to come and just view and visit, and then you can go and just see what it's like. These people go on Sunday and they have a full religious experiment. They have a whole religious experience where it's about community, it's about, you know, their fellow man, you know. I used to go every Sunday, and we would actually go throughout the week, and I remember it being mainly about how to be a good person, and it was like a constant, like, reminder every week on being good and being kind to everyone else and bringing the community together and seeing my friends and that kind of thing. So I don't know, experiment. What can it hurt? It really can't. It's also World Book Day, which it's unfortunately there's not as many people reading books. They're on audiobooks, like me, or they're reading it from their Kindle. I actually saw in a article for the local, there's like the local magazine, that there's an old used bookstore and they're selling used books for, you buy 10 and you get 10 free. Wow. I mean, I wish I had a giant library to stash books, because I think they're becoming obsolete. And unfortunately, there's going to be a time where they're going to be scarce and they're going to be so incredibly valuable. So just mark my words, guys. Books are going to become extremely valuable because they are being printed less and less. And words are everything. I mean, imagine if we found a book from 5,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago. I mean, books are just the holy grail of knowledge and the ultimate archaeological treasure. I mean, you would think gold, diamonds, no, it's books. If you find a book in an archaeological dig, that's the holy grail. I'm telling you. It's also snacks and pound cakes. So enjoy, guys. You guys have a great Thursday. I'll talk to you later. Bye.